Hi, everybody. Well, same story, different day. No matter what they bring up, it's like government doesn't matter anymore. Nothing matters anymore but what our king has to say or do. I didn't see him get a coronation for him anywhere along the line, but obviously a lot of the Republicans in the Senate did, seen some kind of coronation for him. I can't help but think that some of this is because the American people have been paying no attention to government for the last 30, 40 years. I mean, when I was growing up, even the younger people who were just getting old enough to vote were interested in government, what was going on, how it worked. And we just totally took that all out of our schools, out of everything. And it's just gotten out of hand, and now the people, a lot of them that got elected into the Congress and the Senate, they used to be lawyers or people, I can't explain it, but people who knew the three branches of government and knew what was going on and knew what their job was. And I think the ones getting in there now can just care less. As long as they can get in there and get at that top and make that money and change the rules for the rich people, then that's all they're interested in. And it's got to change. And I really feel that's why Trump was sent to us. They say there are no accidents. I'm not sure. I think he was sent to make it change. But it's not going to change as long as they just give in to him. If the only way the Dems are going to, the House is going to get any information, the information they need on everything. This isn't just on the Mueller report. This is on everything they're asking for, is to start impeachment proceedings. And I don't think the outcome has anything to do with it. They know that the outcome's going to be that the Senate won't. They're the jury, that they're not going to judge them no matter what they bring out or what they show. But the American people are going to be the judges in the next election. And too many of them have not been paying any attention to what's going on. But if they start an impeachment procedure, it's going to interest more people every day. And pretty soon people are going to be watching just what's gone on, just what this man's got away with. And I really feel like it would, instead of hurting our next election, I think it would just push so many Democratic wins through there that we would just be amazed. So I think it's a myth, total myth, that starting impeachment proceedings against Trump and getting all this information they need to get would hurt our chances in the next election. I think they would double it. And that's just my feelings. Maybe even 6 months ago I wouldn't have felt that. Even 3 months ago I wouldn't have felt that way. I would have still thought it was a risk. But I think the biggest risk is just to stay still and not do nothing. It's time to do something. And everybody knows that the Democrats have needed to grow a pair for a long, long time. And they haven't grown a pair. So it's just something that needs to be done. And it's a lot of work. And they keep saying, but we're busy doing this or we're busy doing that, passing other bills. Yeah, they're getting them passed in the House, but they're not going through the Senate. Half of them, Mitch McConnell won't even bring up in front of the Senate. So, you know, showing people you can walk and chew gum at the same time is fine. But right now it's time to walk. It's time to do something. I'll get off the pot. Otherwise you're going to lose our government, our democracy, lose everything. So I'm going to quit with time limit on this one. I'm just going to ask, are the Democrats going to bring up impeachment proceedings? Are they going to bring them up? Calendar there, stick it up in the way. Are they going to bring them up? 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 Okay, I got these upside down. They're working on it. They're working on it. Got the 10 of Wands here. Looks like they're working really hard on it, so maybe they are going to bring them up. And the whole world at this time is wanting them to put him, to impeach him or do anything that they have to do to get this information out. The whole world is wanting them to do it. And this also means the United States, if the truth be known, probably about 70% of everybody voting. Their biggest obstacle is indecision. Indecision. They're their own worst enemies. Instead of just waiting around till it's already election time and then if this information gets out before the election, they need to start it right now. They need to start it right now. Instead of they've got indecision and some people doing cartwheels about it. I need to turn those around again. Messing with those cards and turn them, I think. But whatever they're planning on doing, they're not planning on doing it right away. I feel like they need to do it very quickly to get this going and get all this information out before the next election. That's my feelings. But the cards are saying, no. Take a deep breath and try to relax. It's really hard. I don't know if you're having trouble relaxing, but I'm having trouble relaxing. They're thinking they're going to get some kind of offer for some of this information. I don't know where they think they're going to get it from. They're not going to get it from Barr. And they're not going to get it from the president. I know that stuff came out about Trump Jr. that they're actually going to subpoena him even in the Senate, which is, this may have just been a lost leader thrown out there to try to slow him down. I was trying to figure out where in the hell all that was coming from, and I'm feeling lost leader. If they do that, there will be so much stuff opening up about the money, so much information coming through that people, they think the losing, what was it, $2 million a year for 10 years or whatever, it ended up being over $1 billion in 10 years. If they think that was weird about the money, wait till they start this impeachment. And if they want to keep any kind of thing going besides a banana republic, they had better make up their mind and get this started. They'd better take the brakes off and get started. Either just give it all up and say the hell with it and pretend like they're making laws when they know none of them's going to go through the Senate anyway, or they can start doing what they know they need to do to bring justice through. And if they do that, there'll be so much strength. They'll be backed so hard if they bring this through. And this is feminine mind, heart, soul energy coming through. Strong feminine mind, heart, soul energy coming through. And I feel like that's from the house. And I feel like this is the Republicans. If all this information comes out, I think it's going to literally break them, at least the Trump family. And the whole world would be so happy that they brought this truth forward. And there's a lot of different ways to approach this, and they have more tools than they realize. They have a lot more tools in their closet, in their toolbox, than they realize. And the quicker they start this, the quicker we could have some new beginnings. And God knows we all need to take a deep breath and have some new beginnings, because if anybody else is... And like I said, they don't have to convict him. They don't have to convict him for new beginnings. All they have to do is impeach him and bring all this forward before the election. And I'm going to get, I wasn't even thinking of doing clarifiers with this, but let me grab these real quick, because I want to see if they did impeach him and follow this through, even if, or start impeachment proceedings and follow this through, what effect would it make on the election? What effect would it make on the election? I'm going to do one more row. Judgment. Well, it's not going to take care of it totally. They're still going to be bickering up before it. But the world would win. The world would win. And the sun would come out. There might be a few people fighting in the streets before it's over, but the sun will come out. In fact, I can't believe that even looks so good. That could be even a conviction, but I can't imagine the stupidity in the Senate actually convicting him. But this, getting this stuff out in the open is going to change the election. Let's see what effect this is going to have on the election. Well, people sitting around dreaming. I think this is the Trump family. I think it's the Trump family. It means all their schemes and dreams of wealth would be going away. The family would be moving. Be really lucky if somebody doesn't end up in jail. That's a jail card. The military might end up in there to get them out of there. And for some reason, if they do this impeachment, we've got the domestic again. It's going to be somebody that knows the family, in the family. Before it's all through, that's where they're going to get the information that's going to take this over the line. It's from somebody inside their family. Somebody inside the house. They're not domestic. Maybe somebody that's worked with them for years. Maybe something's going to come out about this friend of Melania's that came out in the news last night saying she was the one thrown over under the bus over those inauguration funds. So maybe that's where it's going to come from. I just wanted to get that out there in case anybody's interested. I kind of wanted to see it too. I want to see what's going on. Because I've just been walking around here listening to the news all day while I was doing my work. And thinking it's time to do it or get off the pot. Otherwise, just forget it and go back to your banana republic. Or just... which that's where we're headed and already at, or either do something about trying to save our democracy And even if you don't get him impeached, at least you're going to get all that information out there in front of people. And people are so stressed, they will watch it. So anyway, if anybody'd like a private reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And love your comments. Last time I said something about impeachment, I got a couple that was really interesting. Like I say, you don't have to agree with me, but thank you for watching.